Hello everyone, good afternoon, welcome to Roma Theory. Look at this place today. On one side, you've got one of the most famous museums in the world. On the other side, you're in Manhattan, New York City. And over there, you've got a little forest from Finland. Over there, you've got two bad boys skating. Oop, who's that? Sorry, I might move. I think that pigeon is coming from a very intense sex session. Let's leave him alone, should we? Yes, we probably should. Here we go. Matias Soulè, new Roma player. I am so excited, not because I knew we were gonna get him and I really wanted him, but also because this deal is an absolute steal and Gizolfi here cooked an absolutely insane soup. I mean, I'm not sure if we are aware of this. Let me get into this first. I'm sorry if... Sorry. It's not that professional, but I know you like these moments of realism. Here we are in the Finnish forest in Bilbao. No, jokes aside, this is like, you're telling me that we managed to get Soulè for 26 million base plus 2 easy add-ons and 2 hoarder add-ons to potentially bring this to 30 million when Juventus, since 2 weeks ago, for the past 2 weeks, said that they were only going to let him go for 30 million. Gizolfi here cooked, absolutely cooked, because we're paying 26. Other two are easy to achieve, which will probably bring this deal to 28. I heard a dog. And then if the other two get added on, which isn't for sure because they're harder to achieve, it gets to 30 million. So we brought this deal from 26 million to 30 million. This is what I was saying. Whenever you go in a Moroccan market or in kind of those Middle Eastern markets, always start low and he will always start high, but you keep on insisting and eventually he will give up. And this is exactly what I was saying. There was no need to offer a high initial bid to Juventus because he really wanted a Roma move and he was massive. He was the massive key decision in this. His push was absolutely massive and it managed to decrease this. So we started off low, same bid as Leicester, which they didn't accept, but then we played on him. We played and utilized his pressure on Juventus to keep it to 26 million and add a few add-ons and maybe a 10% future sale. This deal is, I can't get through what we actually cooked here for a player who, by the way, is what, 21, 22 years old? And eventually, at the end of the day, he was never worth 35 million, not because he's not good enough, but because he's coming from one professional season in the Serie A in a team that it's not his fault, but it got relegated. So Juventus asking 35 million was absolutely bullshit since the very beginning. But Juventus have got power, Juventus have got money. He's a player that they grew in their next gen under 23. So they definitely did not want to lose him. They didn't have an urgency to sell him. And so they would have only sold him for some good amount of money. I think this is a steal because in 3-4 years time, Soulè is going to be double the amount that we bought him for. So worst case scenario, if he doesn't perform, we resell him for a lot of money. Definitely not 25 million because, age and value are directly proportional. So he's going to be young. He's still going to be young. It's such a smart investment. I think this is more than just he's a good player, let me put him in my team. This is a smart investment because it really shows you the direction that this team is going to. And I'm really proud of this. Now again, I've given you my opinion on Soulè many times. I think it's massive. I love the investment. I love the player. I was a massive fan of the player last season. Incredible technique, chemistry with Paredes and Dybala. They know each other well. The Argentinians know each other well, even if they don't play together. And he is kind of Dybala's successor. He's got very similar characteristics. He's got the potential of turning into a player like Dybala. Let's not overhype him. Let's not exaggerate his expectations. Let's not call him the new Dybala. He's got the margins of getting there, but keep the feet on the ground, head focused, and hopefully he does. Because again, 3, 4, 5 years time, Dybala won't be here, so Soulè will have to take his place. Dybala and Paredes were a massive pull in this Soulè deal. But the kind of the answer that I want to answer here is a lot of people are asking, how does Soulè fit in our system? And it's a good question. I think 2 ways. One way is definitely starting with 3 creative players behind a striker. So starting Soulé on the right, Dybala as number 10, and then also starting Pellegrini on the left. So you can definitely start with this. You can start Soulé when Dybala doesn't play. And, you know, there are going to be games and moments where Dybala is going to be injured. We know Dybala, so Soulé can step in. And number 3, I've been told, and I am actually aware, that De Rossi this season, despite Roma being very interested in Dovbyk, and I'm going to give a few words on Dovbyk because this deal is happening fast and I can really see this happen. I think De Rossi really sees Dybala as a number 9, as a false 9, as a false striker, because De Rossi played with Totti and he sees Totti and Dybala have similar creativity and characteristics. He sees Dybala as a false 9 just like Totti did. Big difference is Totti as a false 9 around him had world-class players, Dybala hasn't. So I'm not a massive fan of Dybala as a false 9. But a good thing about Dybala as a false 9, starting Dybala as a false 9, is that it does restrict his injuries, because he would run less, you would just place him there, give him the ball, and you would launch the other players. However, counter side to this is that he's pretty small to play as a striker. So whenever you face a very physical defense, Dybala is going to get bullied. But yeah, there are many solutions, I think. I don't think with Soulé's purchase, we are going to get a left winger, because Soulé can also play there. I mean, I might be wrong. I would love if we can get a left winger as well. I just don't think it's going to happen, seeing the amount of money that Roma has spent on Soulé and seeing the amount of money that Roma is about to offer for Dovbyk. And this is where I want to kind of end this video. What a moment to be a Roma fan in the transfer market. An absolute cracking moment, I would say. Unexpected player, because he had an agreement with Atletico Madrid, but there were some kind of obstacles in Atletico Madrid finding personal terms and agreeing personal terms with him. Roma abruptly interrupted this negotiation and is now very close, I would say, from what I've been told from Fabrizio, saying that Dovbyk really wants a Roma move. He's given a green light. He would prefer a Roma move to Atletico Madrid. De Rossi calling him, insisting that he is the striker that De Rossi needs, kind of convincing him, getting him ready, describing what Roma would be like. I really see this deal happen. I'm a massive fan of Dovbyk. He's not the youngest, but he's not the oldest. Characteristics-wise, I see Dzeko in Artem Dovbyk. I'm not trying to compare the two, because as I've said many times, Dzeko is the best striker that Roma has had since that 2001 league title. I'm not trying to compare the two, but characteristics, they're similar. He's very big, very physical, great with his feet, and great with his head. And he's a striker who got 8 assists in La Liga last season. So he's also somebody who assists, helps the team, the system of other players scoring. It would be such a good investment, this one too. It's expensive. Roma have found an agreement with him. They are about to offer 32 million to Girona, bonuses included. Atletico Madrid apparently offered 33 million, so it's very close. I see Girona accept this, and I see Dovbyk become a Roma player very, very soon. And a team with Dovbyk, Pellegrini, Dybala and Soulé, kind of, you know, I'm not saying we are going to get top 4, but now my expectations have changed, because this team is now capable of getting top 4. And this is just how fast the transfer window changes from this to this in 48 hours, isn't it? And it's absolutely great to witness. But yeah, we'll follow some Dovbyk news in these couple hours. Di Marzio, Fabrizio are reporting it very often, and hopefully, maybe, still not sure, but maybe, the probabilities have definitely risen that a here we go for Artem Dovbyk can come soon. But today, it's about Soulé. Today, I feel Argentinian. Muchachos. Dybala, Paredes and Soulé back together. He will be in Rome in a few days, and he will sign his contract. And Soulé's adventure at Roma, who he really, really wanted for and pushed for, is about to happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Do it for Soulé, do it for Dovbyk, do it for the team, do it if you're ready. 24 days to go. Hit the like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you very soon. Simo.